I was a troublemaker when I was younger. Drugs, skipping school, fighting, and breaking into houses. I broke into 3 houses with 2 of my friends at the time. The first was the house next door to theirs. It was recently moved out of, and we were able to steal cameras and some jewelry. Nothing big time, and the jewelry was fake anyways. The second was a friend's house. His name was Blake, and we knew him from school. We knew he was going to dinner with his family and staying out late since it was the end of the school year. So we broke into his house through his window and stole his PlayStation 2 and all his games, along with emptying the fridge with all his snacks. My friends and I got back to my place to play games and eat what we had stolen. The last house we broke into was 2 streets away. Their mom knew the old lady living there, and she used to babysit my 2 friends growing up. And we knew she'd be visiting her daughter in Reno, Nevada over the coming week. And since she lived alone, we knew nobody would be there. So, it was 11 p.m. when we decided to head out. You're always a little nervous when doing stupid stuff like this because the fear of being caught was always there. But we got to the woman's house and the streets were quiet. We opened her backyard window, and then my friend opened up the sliding door, and we got in that way. Her 3 German Shepherds gave us no trouble, because we've seen them plenty of times, and they were actually excited to see us. I started to feel guilty about breaking into this old lady's house, but I was young and dumb and quickly forgot about the guilt. The first thing we did was head toward the fridge to see what we could snack on. After a while, we were exploring her house while eating the old woman's cookies and found her room a bit strange. She had bars on her bedroom window, her door had chain locks, double bar locks, along with the standard normal doorknob lock. And her closet, it was the craziest thing. It looked like she was preparing for World War III. Rifles, shotguns, handguns, ammo. She had 2 pistols under her pillow and a shotgun under her bed. My friend and I joked about how if we were to rob her while she was home, we'd be totally screwed. I didn't want to stay long. I wanted to take what we could and bounce. Because her dogs were here and she was going to be gone for a week. So I knew someone could come at any time to check on the dogs. I felt a weird, unsettling feeling about being here too. My friends had the brilliant idea to take a nap at this lady's house, watch TV, and eat all her food. It was nearing 2 in the morning, and there was enough food left out for the dogs for a day or 2. So after a while of convincing me, I decided to take a nap and crash out on her couch with my friends. Well, I had a hard time falling asleep because I had just had this unsettling feeling about being here, in this woman's house, and in the dark. And I thought, obviously, that was the reason for my unsettling feeling. Because I was in this woman's house, uninvited, and stealing her food. I had done this before, but this house gave me the creeps. My friends, on the other hand, guess what? They were sleeping like babies. I eventually fell asleep, feeling safer because her 3 dogs were on the sofa with us. That night, I had sleep paralysis, and I think my friends were experiencing the same thing. I tried to wake up, but couldn't. And then I heard the dog start to growl and run off. I was awake, but I couldn't move my body, and I heard my friends mumbling as if they were trying to wake up too. Then, I felt something awful. Something was there, standing over us, and it was pissed. A dark, empty fear washed over me. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. I was frozen, and everything I did, from breathing harder to trying to shake my feet, made it even more mad. I was able to let out a small whimper, and it felt like it looked right at me, and I felt it get closer. I felt it stand over me. Its face was just inches away from mine. I felt its breath on my cheek, furiously staring at me, as if any minute it would bash my head in. All while hearing my friends mumble and whimper. I could hear the fear in their voices. They were experiencing this too. Then, before I woke up, I felt as if I was dropped, like if I had fallen from the ceiling onto the couch. I sat up so fast with my eyes wide open, and I turned to my friends who were still asleep. I punched the closest one next to me in the knee and whispered, "Get the fuck up." He sat up so fast, just like me, and I saw the fear in his eyes. He turned to his brother and whispered his name as if he was about to cry, shaking him frantically. His brother woke up, and when he sat up, I could see the fear in his eyes as well. He ran for that kitchen light, and I turned on the lamp next to me. We all stood there, scared out of our minds. Nobody said anything. We all just looked at each other. One of them asked if we had smoked weed before we got here. Then we laughed, and the mood started to lighten. We all chalked it up to a bad dream and decided to leave, which I personally was so excited to do. Before I left, I noticed all 3 dogs were hiding under the dining room table. My friends noticed that too, and he jokingly called the dogs wimps. But I could tell his joke was fake. I could hear the fear in his voice, and his brother's nervous laugh was also fake as hell. We all knew what they were scared of, but none of us wanted to admit it. None of us wanted to even talk about it. It was still dark outside when we left and got back to their house. We all sat on their beds, holding pillows to our chest, rocking back and forth. Nobody said anything. Eventually, we had to talk about it. Both of my friends said they felt the exact same breath on their face and knew whatever was there was furious we were there. This was over 11 years ago, when I was 14. To this day, I still wonder if it was real. Was there something there? And how could all 3 of us have experienced the exact same thing at the exact same time? I just know, from then on, I would never break into a house again.
Hey everyone! It's Sugarcane here. And real quick, I just wanted to thank the author, the musician, my editor, the artists, and you guys for making my channel possible. They'll be linked down below. And if you enjoy content like this, go ahead and subscribe. And remember, try not to develop a sugar crush. It may be deadly.